I shall be talking about the applied anatomy of the sciatic nerve. As it's also known as the ischiatic nerve or the ischiatic nerve. This is one of the largest and thickest nerves in the body, measuring some 3/4 of an inch, that is 2 centimeters at its origin. Arises from the lumbosacral plexus and the ventral rami of the lumbar 4th, 5th and S1, S2 and S3, sometimes S4 also. The sciatic nerve, the term sciatic itself is a misnomer because it is formed by the fusion of two nerves, the common peroneal and the tibial nerve. So after its origin from the lumbosacral plexus, it leaves the pelvis via the greater sciatic notch, emerges below the then it emerges below the piriformis muscle, and at this point it is descends deep to the gluteus maximus muscle and enters thigh posterior to the gemella and obturator internus muscle between the ischial tuberosity and the greater trochanter. So these two bony landmarks are important for us when we are giving the blocks. In some 10% of the patients, there may be some abnormality. The nerve may come from the piriformis muscle, or it may come anterior to the piriformis muscle, and in some patients, in some persons, there may be the two nerves, that is the tibial and common peroneal I was talking about, they may be present right from the origin itself. But in 90% of the patients, as I said, it has got a long course, and this is where we can block the nerve throughout its course. Can you have the pointer, please? It's not there. And this is the cadaveric dissection showing that the nerve, showing the bifurcation of the nerve. It is not usually it is in the thigh at the junction of the upper 2/3 and the lower 1/3. And it has been found, the distance has been found to vary, that is 80 to 100 millimeters. And after bifurcation, this is the common peroneal or the common fibular nerve, which goes on the lateral side of the leg, and it is mainly responsible for the peroneal nerve is responsible for the dorsiflexion of the foot, and the tibial nerve goes to the back of the leg, and it is responsible for the plantar flexion. These are the branches of the peroneal nerve, the superficial and deep peroneal nerve. It gives branches in the leg and the foot. As I have already said, the main function which is of interest to us while we are giving blocks is the dorsiflexion. And these are the branches from the tibial nerve. So it supplies various muscles in the back of the leg and the foot. And this is a cross section. Cross-sectional anatomy is always important, and one important point to be noted here is that the sciatic nerve, at its origin, the pelvic vessels are there, the gluteal vessels are there, and then internal pudendal artery is there, but throughout its course, there is no major blood vessel going along with it, as is the case in the femoral nerve. And in the proximal part, this is the gluteus maximus, which is lying posterior to it. This is biceps femoris, and posterior cutaneous nerve of the thigh is going alongside. And in the lower part, it is the biceps femoris is present on the lateral side, and this is semitendinosus and semimembranosus muscles. To summarize, it is a mixed function nerve with motor branches to the hamstrings and all muscles below the knee, and sensory innervation to the posterior thigh, entire leg and foot below the knee, except the medial aspect, which is innervated by the saphenous branch of the femoral nerve. Sciatica is a common problem with which the patients complain, and this is the pain can be along the it may be anywhere along the course of this nerve. It may be from the sacral plexus, or it can be from the sciatic nerve trunk or peripheral nerve branches. And based upon the severity, there can be sensory, motor or bladder bowel involvement. Etiology can be multifactorial, starting from the disc, osteoarthritis of the lower spine, or a pregnant uterus compressing over the nerve. There can be dislocation of the hip, or injuries around the hip, and improper injections. One iatrogenic cause is the improper injection into the buttocks on the medial side. Then if patient is sitting on the hard surface for extended period, it can lead to the inflammation and irritation in the nerve. This is a diagrammatic representation showing that how the nerve can be compressed when there is an injury in the pelvis or in the femur. And patients usually present with the foot drop. As I already said, that main supply of this nerve is in the lower part below the knee in the leg. And during surgery also, the nerve can be injured when the plating is being done. And here comes the sciatic nerve block. The common indications are to provide pain relief after the injury, and then the surgeries on the knee, tibia, ankle or foot. Especially in the diabetic patients for foot amputation, this is a good block. And when the sympathectomy is not desirable, then sciatic nerve block can be given. Approaches are classical, lateral and anterior also, though it is not a very popular approach. And different techniques which has been described since morning can be used to give this block. That is the surface landmark, nerve stimulation and ultrasound guided technique. It can be a single shot or the continuous technique. So these are the surface markings. This is posterior superior iliac spine, then the greater trochanter, a line is drawn and the midpoint is defined. Then another line is drawn from the sacral hiatus to the greater trochanter, and the perpendicular is drawn from that midpoint where this perpendicular is falling on the lower line, that is exactly over the nerve. So this is the area of interest where injection is given, the needle is injected. I shall talk about the anterior approach in my next slide. This is laterally also, if we see, the nerve is can be very well approached. Between the greater trochanter and the lateral condyle, the mid can be given. And this is the position, the classical approach, the lateral position is preferred, and it can also be given in the posterior position. Anterior approach, one has to be careful, though the nerve is a little bit approachable, but little more expertise is required, and we have to be careful that femoral vessels are also lying here. This technique is used when we cannot position the patient for the lateral block, and if the patient cannot be positioned, then the anterior approach is tried. A little bit about the sonoanatomy. We all know the advantages of the using the ultrasound in nerve block techniques. We can visualize the artery, we can visualize the nerve, the needle and the spread of the drug. All can be visualized, and it can be done out of plane or in plane. So the various approaches which has been used to give sciatic nerve block are transgluteal, subgluteal, lateral and the popliteal. This is the commonly used infragluteal high approach. We can identify palpate the infragluteal crease. Then a rope-like biceps femoris tendon can be palpated. Usually a curved 8 megahertz transducer is used for the wider view, and because we need a deeper penetration also. The nerve is quite deep seated, and with this we can identify the ischial tuberosity, the greater trochanter, and the gluteus maximus muscle is seen here, and the sciatic nerve is seen as a hyperechoic fascicular structure. These are some of the pearls. They are useful for giving any block. I will just summarize. Strict asepsis is to be followed. We need to avoid multiple needle punctures and be careful if patient is on anticoagulant therapy. Avoid deep needle insertions. In this case, on the posterior side there may be pelvic vessel can be hit, and on the anterior side femoral vessels. Then we have to prevent nerve injuries and local anesthetic toxicity by using proper techniques. Use nerve stimulation cautiously, then ultrasonography, and appropriate volume and concentration of local anesthetics should be given. And after the block has been given, it lasts for long, so frequent body repositionings, and we have to avoid the stretching and prolonged ischemia of the insensate extremities. To summarize, The sciatic nerve is a principal continuation of all the roots of the sacral plexus. It is the thickest nerve composed of tibialis nerve and the common peroneal nerve, and it is a major supplier to the leg, and the blocks can be given to give effective pain relief. I bring greetings from PGI Chandigarh.